Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Back to Robinson now on first down. Takes it to about the 37. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Powell's throw complete to Dotson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Dotson's somebody who can turn any catch into a big play. That's why Washington took him 16th overall in 2022, and that's what he showed in a strong rookie season. Expect a big jump for him in year 2.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. First down, Howell to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, but keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Back to throw, Howell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, obviously, the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Deny open windows, erase the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is way short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Tress Ray on 4th down is sent out to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Eagles 0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Pushing his way through.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Hurts going to move him around.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brown. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Now Howell. throw right side complete to Dotson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a 2nd and 6. Second down, Howell back to pass.
Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
He's got Thomas yet again complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Sly on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
The score, Commanders 14, Eagles nothing.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
63, 63, 63.
Hurts.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Great, set.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And just shutting him off there. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Hey, easy, 63, bang. Tiger Hornet.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Montez Sweat able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
4-yard attempt.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Robinson.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now, Howell's going to mix it up here. Robinson up the middle.
Pushes him over. A second pen has fallen. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Now here's Samuel on the end around.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you've probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Howell out of the shotgun.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Fourth down, Howell.
Dancing to his left.
Howell sliding down, and he picks up the 1st on that play.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down. And Howell will throw it. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here, because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
21, Eagles 3.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way. He finds it for the 1st down.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now, hang on here because DeAndre Swift injured on that last play and in need of a little assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Miami. Crowd left, Yeti. Oh, it's Silver, ready? No touch.
They'll look to throw again. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Throwing here, Howell. Going right back to Dotson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Howell looking to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. With plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that will extend their lead even further. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. First down, Howell to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Howell. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And he gets it down to the 32. So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Commanders, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.